Hi, welcome back to Post TV, live from NAB 2013. I'm Randy Altman. I'm here with Mark Loftus, our senior editor.
Hi,
and we're also here with some Adobe fellows, Al Mooney and Michael Coleman. And they're going to be talking about aspects of the Creative Suite and some new announcements that they made this past week. So,
how about we start with Michael and Adobe Anywhere? It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, definitely. We're very excited to be announcing and revealing Adobe Anywhere at NAB this year. And Adobe's been known for all of our creative products, from everything from planning to playback. So you have Premiere and Prelude and After Effects, and they're all wonderful tools. We have great updates this year to those tools. But what we're doing with Anywhere is tying them together in a collaborative workflow. It's really taking our existing strategy and adding another layer that really helps our customers be more productive.
And what's exciting about it is that people that are using it are dealing with the highest resolution material that's available. They're not dealing with proxies, and I think that the Post users would be excited about that.
Yeah, exactly. Anytime you want to edit remotely or across a network, the typical thing is either put it on a FedEx drive and ship it around, or FTP. Those things just aren't good enough in today's world. So most people downshift to proxies, and that works, but you end up with something that's low quality, it's a fixed bandwidth. Our system is something that no other company does, and what it is, it's a dynamic live stream from the full resolution media. There's no proxy involved. It actually feels just like you're using the native media. It's a great way to work. Creative people love it, and it's so much more rewarding to be using the actual material.
And then is there a conform process after that?
Well, that's the step you eliminate by not having proxies, right? Well, there's no conform. You just output the file and you're done.
Excellent. How about
well, I was going to say, some people think that it might be cloud-based, but it's not. It's local servers in studios, correct?
That's right, yeah. So Anywhere is designed to be installed on-premise. We like to call it maybe like a private cloud, but it's designed to go on-premise so they can integrate into an enterprise infrastructure like asset management systems and shared storage, and also you can maintain security of the assets in place. So it's all meant to be on-site and open and integrated with those things. So hard to integrate across the cloud. So what we did is we chose to do it on-site for those reasons.
Gotcha. Al, would you like to talk a little bit about Premiere Pro and some of the nifty new stuff you have going on in there?
I would love to, of course. One thing that Michael didn't mention that I just want to point out that's absolutely awesome about Anywhere is if you know how to use Premiere Pro, you know how to use Anywhere. It's exactly the same application. If you can remember a username and password, you get all these advantages, but you don't have to learn a whole bunch of new stuff, and that's fantastic. So yeah, I mean, Premiere Pro, the next release of Premiere Pro that we're revealing here is tremendously exciting. We're the flagship Anywhere client. We obviously put a lot of work into that. But you know, what we've seen over the past couple of years is massive market momentum towards Premiere Pro. CS6 was just enormous for us, and it's been tremendous to see how many people are switching to it and using it as their primary NLE. As a result of that, like I like to say, with great power comes great responsibility, right? So we've got so many more users now, and those users are vocal, and they tell us what they want. We pride ourselves on engaging with the editing community, listening to their needs, and solving their problems in unique ways. So this release, you'll see a huge focus on just the kind of rhythm and the fluidity of editing. I like to call it editing finesse. It's multiple small features that when they all add up, just turn the product into something that you can just fly around and do things faster than you ever could. I really think that when people start using this, there's going to be a lot of grinning faces. All these little things, these little niggles that we've really ironed out for a great new workflow. There's also some very innovative features, right? We always want to make sure we're balancing the responding to requests with innovation. And something that's really awesome about the new release is we've integrated the engine from SpeedGrade. We brought SpeedGrade into the suite with CS6, and what we've done is we've taken this thing called the Lumetri Deep Color Engine, and we've put it right inside Premiere Pro. Modern workflows are very different. People are starting to build looks, and aesthetics, even before they go into post, right? Sometimes on-set looks are being created. So what we wanted to make sure people could do is cut using the look, cut with the aesthetic. So the Lumetri engine allows people to export looks from SpeedGrade or LUTs from other systems and apply them to clips or indeed adjustment layers, a feature we brought in 6, right inside Premiere Pro. 32-bit floating point, beautiful color, and just being able to edit to the aesthetic that you're going to is really awesome. There's so much in the application, I could talk for hours about it, but there's just a couple of highlights I've chosen for you.
Well, the Mercury playback engine is what speeds it and is what makes people really, really like working on it. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so we brought the Mercury playback engine in way back in CS5. It's basically, to be nerdy for a second, which I can't avoid, it's three things. It's 64-bit, it's CPU optimized, it's GPU optimized. And those three things combined just give editors the ability to play back the kind of sequences they need to these days, right? People are cutting 4K and beyond, and we've been 4K native for a long time. They want to run real-time effects. They're doing lots of multiple tracks, and Mercury's the thing under the hood that lets people do that lets you scrub and play back sequences and not drop frames and get all that great performance. This year we are revealing that we now support both OpenCL and CUDA on both Mac and Windows, so I call it GPU liberalization. More people than ever before are going to be able to harness their GPU because we just support so many more than ever and really experience the sort of full, beautiful performance of Premiere Pro.
Fantastic.
Now, you touched on it a little bit in Premiere, but I know that SpeedGrade saw a lot of improvements.
Yeah.
One of you want to talk about that too?
I can take that. Yeah, absolutely. So another part of Mercury that we built in CS6 was this thing we call Mercury Transmit, and this is a way to deal more easily and in a more powerful way with third-party I/O cards. And by that I mean cards from companies like AJA, Matrix, Blackmagic, Bluefish, etc. And what it gives is basically just, we think of it as we built a socket in the Mercury playback engine, and the third party just built a plug, and then we pass all the frames, you get the full performance, but obviously people need, the more we're working at higher resolution and higher dynamic range, people need high quality monitoring. So that was great and very successful in 6. And what we're revealing with SpeedGrade, the next version of SpeedGrade, is that Mercury Transmit is now inside the SpeedGrade application. So what's great about that is if you've invested in hardware and you're using it with Premiere Pro and Prelude and other applications, it's going to work with SpeedGrade as well. So you have a whole workflow with not having to sort of move or change hardware.
Fantastic. Now, there are other parts of the suite. Can you just quickly touch upon what they are? I know that Story has been upgraded and made more robust.
Yeah, Story, we've seen a huge success with Story. It started out as a slightly lowly script writing application. Now it's a full scheduling application. It's being used exclusively by ITV in the UK, so that's close to my heart. For the longest running soap opera ever in the world, Coronation Street is now completely reliant on Story for its scripts and scheduling. So that's really successful. Other applications in the suite, we've got new versions of pretty much everything that we're revealing here. So amazing new stuff with After Effects. You probably should talk about that, because you're the former
definitely.
PM.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, After Effects is obviously near and dear to my heart as well. But two things stand out for me for After Effects that are that team continues to provide these amazing technologies in every release. The first is something we call the Refine Edge tool. And if you know how easy it is to do remasking with the Roto Brush, which we released a couple years ago, this takes it to a whole new level. The Roto Brush is great for shapes, but what this does is allows you to hit all those fine detail areas with almost no work. It's incredible. You just do some Roto Brush, you zip around someone's hair, and bam, it's like X-ray vision for their hair. It's incredible. It's going to save people a tremendous amount of work, and it's work that people don't really love to do. They want to get back to the creative, get over the tedious parts, so the Refine Edge brush is great for that. The second thing is really builds on one of the core philosophies we have at Adobe, and that's being an open company. And so we want to integrate with as many partners as we can. And so there's a really huge advance. We announced a partnership with Maxon, and this brings incredible functionality right into After Effects. So we are including a Cinema 4D version right in the application, part of the installer. So you can actually have a very active link between the two applications. So you can render your models from Maxon right in After Effects. If you need to pop out, change a texture, reanimate, you just pop out, pop back in, render it all through After Effects. The great thing is we've merged those so deeply that cameras and lights and things that are in After Effects integrate with the Maxon world. So Maxon is hugely popular with motion graphics, and it's just bringing those two companies together in an open way. It's just producing some really amazing stuff.
Now, is Cinema 4D Lite part of After Effects?
Yes.
It comes with...
It comes with it. It's installed as you install After Effects.
Fantastic. Thank you. Actually, we're going to have Paul Babb here talking a little bit more about it in detail tomorrow at 11:45, so I hope everybody tunes back in. But that's it for now. I want to thank Al and Michael for coming, and I'm Randy, that's Mark, and we'll be back shortly.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks.